everyone, I'm Heather. Welcome back to my week-by-week pregnancy journal. Check out the description area for a quick breakdown of this video if you want to skip around to a certain topic or just check how my bump is progressing. This video we're talking about week 16. Today is actually day 1 of week 17, so I'll let you know all my signs, symptoms, emotions, how I'm feeling, things we did this week, my thoughts, and of course my bump. This week the baby is the size of an avocado, about the size of your fist actually. Some places say like the palm of your hand, but I don't know, that looks kind of big. So they say about 4.5 inches and 3.5 ounces now. Size and development this week, supposedly the baby can now hear things. Things like my heartbeat, sounds in my body, and even like mumbling from our voices. I guess maybe my mind's not ready to accept that the baby can hear me speaking to it, but it can hear things now. They also say this week that you may start to feel baby kicking or moving, some sort of movements or flutter. For me, I have not felt anything yet. Nothing but like gas movements and stuff like that, you know, that bubbling in your stomach. And I said to somebody earlier too, it's weird because normally when you pass gas, you feel it in a different area of your stomach. But when you feel like those gas bubbles in your stomach, it's more towards the center of your belly where you feel like the baby is. So you get excited, and mostly like when I'm laying in bed and I feel those things, then you obviously pass gas and think, oh, well, I guess it wasn't the baby then, which isn't exciting at all. But I mean, that feeling of, ooh, is that it? Gets me excited. I can't wait for the moment where you feel it and you know that was the baby. How am I feeling physically this week? Definitely feeling like I'm larger than I normally am, and I just feel more like I'm out of shape. Definitely I feel more back aches and just still moody and irritable. Yeah, just moody and irritable. Symptoms this week, I feel very clumsy. I've been bumping into things, knocking things over, people, just clumsiness. I also still have indigestion. I've been taking Tums more recently, and I'm okay with that. It's just like, you know, calcium. But I've learned that I need to keep like a little bottle of Tums, and I found this travel pack. It's about this big, perfect for like in your purse or in your car. The purpose that I got it for was to stick it in my locker at work, just to have them on hand. I thought it was just at night, but now I find in the middle of the day sometimes I feel indigestion after eating certain foods. So Tums come in handy. Other symptoms, I definitely have been more gassy than normal. Sometimes it has a strong odor. I feel like that is just related to the foods that I've been eating, but yeah, my husband doesn't like it. My back has been more achy than normal, and it's mostly on the right side. It's not like a sciatic, like shoot down my leg. It's just more localized in my lower back, and it's like sometimes shooting and stabbing pains, but it's really just my lumbar on the one side of my back. Also, I just have been feeling aches. Not like debilitating aches, but just like my body's been achy. More towards this weekend, but that's another change that I've noticed. Definitely dry skin also, and not like itchiness on my belly. I know that people have said that that will happen when your belly starts to grow, but it's more on my legs, my thighs, my shins, just all over my legs. By the end of the day, I lay in my bed and I am just like, I just have to itch my legs, and my skin is dry. So maybe it's just dry skin related. I should probably just put lotion on more frequently, and maybe that dry itchiness will go away. Headaches this week have improved. I think it's related to changing my prenatal, eating more spinach. Somebody had brought to my attention that it might be like lacking magnesium, so the new prenatal does have the magnesium in it. And then also adding a little bit of caffeine back into my diet. Maybe not every day, but I like to drink caffeinated green tea, so I'll have that in the morning. I've been, knock on wood, pretty good. Cravings this week. I have found that cravings doesn't really necessarily mean that you're craving it all week long. It's just more sporadically, like I want that, and you go get it and eat it now. This week I found I just randomly got a pizza. My husband told me specifically, I'm cooking chicken, I'm doing this and that for dinner, and I said to myself, I want a piece of pizza. And I was like, well, I have to get him a piece of pizza. And I was like, well, I want 2 pieces of pizza. And then I said, well, I'm sure he wants 2. And long story short, I came home with a whole pie. Also, this past week, I drank about a whole jar of pickle juice almost and ate about half of the pickles in the jar. That was probably not the best idea. I definitely felt the swollen bloatedness afterwards, and by the end of the week, you get on the scale occasionally and you see a difference, but then by the weekend, once I flushed that out of my system by drinking water, my weight kind of like leveled out, but definitely had me retaining water because of all that sodium that I drank. How my body has changed. Week 16 has been a week of body changes, definitely, because I was ready for it to happen. Like, I know I'm pregnant, I want to see changes, but now it's happening and it's like out of nowhere. You blink your eyes and you have a little belly now. Like, my belly, I want to say, has popped this week. You definitely see more distended belly. I've noticed multiple body changes. So one being that my belly has popped out, and that makes me excited. I'll show you at the end of the video. Another thing is weight gain. I want to say I gained about 2 pounds this week. I don't know if it's related to drinking too much pickle juice, or at this point from my normal weight I am up about 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds. That's where I think I'm getting the mental like, oh my god. At first I'm like, well, am I not showing enough? When am I gonna show? Now I'm questioning myself, am I showing too soon? Am I gaining weight too soon? But I think that I'm on a normal, steady incline for weight and just try and keep myself under control and within that normal range, not gain too fast, not gain too slow. We'll see how this next week and the weeks to come show with weight gain. Another thing I did notice is I felt like, and I've taken measurements of, my body before pregnancy so I can see what is changing and when. I noticed that my rib cage has grown about 1/2 inch, and my scrubs are like fitted scrubs, so I do notice that because they're not stretchy, and I feel tightness around here where it kind of like bunches in. My sister-in-law actually had told me that your ribs do grow when you're pregnant, and then your bra sizes might have to change later on, whatever, but I did notice that has changed. This week also, my boobs are definitely plumping up. I definitely notice a difference in the size, and also I notice a change in my nipples. Not like your areola, but your nipple size. It's like not a lot, but it's a little bigger than normal. I expected that to happen, but to see those changes again, it's like, oh my god, it's happening now. Like, now is the time. Things are starting to change. 16 weeks was my magical week number. It's like, hey, pregnancy is here now to show you that it's coming. This week I put a pair of normal jeans on for the first time. I have a couple pair of jeans that are, high rise without a zipper and a button, and they've been my like comfort zone to wear, but they were dirty, so I put a pair of normal jeans on, and I'm definitely feeling that they're getting tighter and they're more uncomfortable. It feels like they're just cutting into my uterus growing area, especially the low-rise jeans. How am I feeling emotionally? My husband told me his feelings on why haven't I been talking to the baby, or like, trying to bond. Like, I'm not trying to bond, and I think I was just taken back by how he asked me the question or how he approached that topic. And I reached out to my sister-in-law and I, asked her a few questions about how it was for her. And for some people it's hard. It's hard to start bonding with the baby because you don't hear it, see it, feel it yet, and it's just, but after talking with her, it made me realize that, like, I don't have to talk out loud to the baby. I feel that this is what she said, and she was like, she didn't feel like she had to talk out loud because the baby's inside of me. I feel like we are one. Like, I basically feel like I think to the baby and the baby hears me. So that's exactly my answer that I needed to come up with to tell my husband, but I couldn't find the words at that time. And her explaining it to me like that made it easier for me to explain it to my husband that, I am bonding with the baby and I do talk to him, but it's more through my thoughts. And that's just the perfect way to explain it to people. He has no other way of connecting, so he leans down to my belly and he tries to, he communicates by talking to the baby. And that's just, exactly how my mom feels, and she'll like talk to my belly already. But then again, like I said in the beginning, they say that the baby now can hear sounds and noises and stuff. To me, I don't know why I am saying that. No, it can't yet, but I'm becoming more accepting of it, seeing my belly growing. So emotionally also, just accepting the body changes and the weight gain and not fitting into your clothes, that's an emotional thing for, I think, any woman. And that's something something that I've noticed this week that has come into my thoughts more and had me feeling a little emotional and overwhelmed at times. The only thing that you can relate it to is just being out of shape. And you know you're not. I mean, you may be a little bit because of being tired and not doing your daily working out routines and stuff like that. Maybe you're not as toned as you used to be, but you're making a baby, so it's okay. Things we did this week. This week was a busy week for us. We went to a wedding. So baby boy has attended his first wedding. That was fun because I got to dress up in a little dress and put my heels on. And that was the first day that I noticed, oh my gosh, my bump is popping. For the wedding, I did buy a pair of Spanx because I felt it'll just, make me feel more comfortable because the dress that I had was a stretchy dress and I just wanted to feel more secure. I like my high-rise yoga pants. I like my high-rise jeans that don't have the zipper, and I felt like just wearing a dress I might not feel as comfortable. So I ordered a great pair of Spanx. They came and I was able to just put them on, put my dress on, and I felt great. Another thing we did this week was go to a concert. So baby boy has now attended his first wedding and his first concert at 16 weeks. Going to a concert was fun because at 16 weeks, I'm feeling great. My bump is starting to pop out. We went with my brother and sister-in-law and I was the DD, which was fun because usually you go to those things and you want to drink, you want to have fun, but being that I couldn't drink, I was totally fine with it and, just watching everybody else. And it was safe. Like, I felt safe because I knew I hadn't had anything to drink for the whole night. I'm just learning that, not that I, used to drink a lot, but you want to hang out and have a margarita. Instead I had water with lime. But I woke up the next day feeling great. Just a little tired because by the time we got home and I actually got into bed and went to sleep, it was probably like 1 or 1:30 in the morning, and that is not what my routine has been the past 4 months. I've been passing out by 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock the latest, so I stayed up. So the band that we did see, it was called Walk Off the Earth. They're really big on YouTube and they're just so talented. It's a group of 4 or 5 people and they just play every single instrument that I could ever think of. And they do cover songs and they have their own songs. It was so entertaining. If you have the chance to look them up and catch them in your town or city while they're on tour, I definitely recommend go seeing Walk Off the Earth. Another thing we did this week, my husband was just so eager to get into a store and kind of break the ice, pop our cherry with not baby shopping, but just like baby stuff looking. I finally agreed to do this with him, and we started by saying, okay, well, we're gonna go check out this crib that we're interested in. Target has a crib that we're really kind of feeling, and we wanted to just see what it looked like in person. So he met me after work at Target, and we looked at the crib, we went up and down each aisle. That was like a good way to break us in. While we were at Target, I actually came across this cute little sloth blanket. I told my husband, I was like, if we come across things, it's still like soon to buy, but just get it. Like, if you like it, get it, because it may not be there when you want to get it later. So this was the little blanket sloth that I saw, and I'm like, I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, I gotta get it. It's so cute. So it's really soft. It's got this silky material on the inside and then just this fuzzy, like, soft material on the outside. And I just love sloths. There's just something about sloths that is just so cute. So baby boy has this little sloth blanket now. Around us, Target is literally around the corner from Bye Bye Baby, which is another store that we've been wanting to get into. It's probably going to be where we register at, along with something else, maybe online or at another store. Most likely Amazon, so we'll probably register at Bye Bye Baby and probably Amazon online. So first of all, I pulled up to Bye Bye Baby, and it was pretty empty on this weekday, like after work, and I pulled into one of the signs that says parking for expecting mothers. And I was like, is this even allowed? But I got such a kick out of doing it because I'm pregnant and I'm allowed to, right? Even though I'm not like waddling around or anything. But so I parked in a parking spot that was for expecting mothers, and then we go into this like super store. It's like a Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's just like 100% all baby little kid stuff. We were kind of like in Wonderland. We had to kind of stay focused on what did we come here for. So we went for like 3 specific things. We checked out their cribs. We just browsed, looked at them. Then we found ourselves looking at car seats and also strollers. So we spent a lot of time in there summer just thinking, well, what would we want? What should we consider? We have a couple that were like in between. We sent text messages out to a few friends and family members like, hey, what do you have? I remember seeing a family friend that had a car seat and I really loved it, so I had to have her remind me what brand it was. We seemed pretty interested in the UppaBaby, which is a car seat. It goes with a stroller and it comes with a bassinet. It's on the pricier side, but I said to my husband, it's like the high class car for strollers. That, and I think the City Select, the City Jogger stroller is another one that we were considering. But I really like the UppaBaby car seat, and it only goes with the UppaBaby stroller. Just things to think about. We saw another crib at Bye Bye Baby that we were interested in, but we're leaning more towards the crib at Target. Once I make our decision on that, I'll definitely let you guys know and put links so that you can see what we decided on. If you have any suggestions, definitely put it in the comments below so that we, can kind of compare and see what you're interested in. If you really love it, can't live without it kind of thing, I would love to know. While we were in Bye Bye Baby, my husband was like, well, are we gonna start a registry today? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm just not ready for that step yet. I just wanted to kind of wean into it slowly because it's kind of overwhelming. There's just a lot, and it's a lot of nothing that you know about, nothing that you're experienced with, and he was okay with that. I told him, I'm not ready. I'm ready to browse, but not ready to start a registry yet. Like even now, maybe I feel more comfortable to maybe log on, start the registry, like put our names in. Like we've gotten so many suggestions from friends of friends that have kids and things that they absolutely could not live without, even if it's for only the first few months of their lives and then they don't use it. Maybe like slowly start adding those things on and then actually go back into the store and scan with the buzzer. But my sister-in-law, and I know a few people are gonna help us with the registry. My sister-in-law is gonna give us a list because they just had a baby that turned 1, so she's very relevant with it, and that makes me excited to know that I'm gonna have so many suggestions and have somebody telling me, what you need versus what you don't need, what you can go without, what you really should get, all of that information. Things that are comforting for me this week. I've talked about it earlier in the video, but if you're just coming to this section to hear, definitely seeing my belly pop, that is so comforting. Pretty soon hoping to feel like movements along with, the growth of my belly. Also, another thing that I found very comforting is the Spanx that I got for the wedding. I ended up wearing them just to the concert because I had a pair of jeans on and I had a tank top on, and just having that under it, it smooths your belly out. I guess similar to what maternity wear would do for you because they come up higher. But since I'm not purchasing any maternity wear and I have the Spanx from the wedding, wearing that underneath my normal clothing and kind of rounding out my belly makes me feel comfortable. Thoughts and questions I have, or just things that have crossed my mind. Definitely thinking about maternity wear and maybe starting to purchase it soon. I don't know where to start. I know that there's some stores like Motherhood and probably just random stores like Target that have some small sections of maternity. But definitely if you could put any suggestions in the comment section, I would love to check out any stores or online boutiques or anything that you personally have used and think that the quality of the clothing is good and affordable. So I'm really looking forward to exploring the new world of maternity clothing. I'm kind of like saying, thank God I'm going to be pregnant through the summer because I can see myself just wearing like little sundresses and things like that. But now thinking, my sundresses are probably going to pop up in the front and maybe they'll be a little too short, so Thanks again for watching my video. That was my recap of week 16. On to week 17. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and let's take a look at how my bump is progressing. So this is my bump for week 16, day 1 of week 17. This is a little poppin' that I'm talking about. I don't know, can you see it?